From the patient files of Dr. Hugo Strange, Director of Arkham Asylum. Patient Jonathan Crane, also known as the Scarecrow. The patient suffers from psychopathy and sadistic personality disorder. Session 1. So, Mr. Crane, we finally meet. I never had a chance to speak with you before you escaped.
That's Dr. Crane, if you please.
You are not a doctor, Mr. Crane. Not anymore.
Tell that to my patients.
You don't have any patience. Now that I have you here, I can finally ask you in person. How were you involved in the death of Dr. Jeremiah Arkham? Answer my question, please.
How does it feel to be completely wrong about everything?
What are you talking about?
How does it feel to have utterly failed?
I don't know what you mean, and I'm asking the questions here.
Your questions are boring.
The death of a person is not boring, it is tragic. I know you don't understand that, though. You pushed him to suicide, didn't you? You drugged him with your fear toxin.
Maybe.
So that's a confession, then?
This place sure has changed. All these cameras and security guards. It's been a whole year, though. I don't think I've ever been on the outside for a whole year before.
Well, you're here now, thanks to the Gotham police.
Yes, they finally caught me. Not before I destroyed the entire borough of Tricorner, though. Batman would have caught me a lot sooner. Probably within a couple of months.
What's your point, Mr. Crane? Are you trying to push my buttons like you did with Dr. Arkham?
I'm pretty sure they had help, though. You've heard of her? Batwoman? The one with the scarlet hair. She still seems a little wet behind the bat ears, though.
You know who this Batwoman is?
Did your wife get murdered by a costumed criminal, Hugo?
What?
Or your child? Your sibling? Your lover? Your best friend?
What are you on about?
Something like that, right? I bet it was. Who was it? The Joker? Two-Face? Calendar Man? Or maybe some complete unknown?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What do you fear the most, Hugo?
What do you fear the most, Mr. Crane? Is it that no one will find you scary? You were meek and skinny as a young man, weren't you? In high school, the jocks bullied you, didn't they? No one found you scary, but you were terrified of everyone.
Are you afraid that you've done all of this for nothing? That it's all been futile?
So now you try your very best to be intimidating, going so far as to dress up in a spooky Halloween costume. Rather desperate, wouldn't you say, Mr. Crane?
Hugo, what would you say if I told you your crusade is worthless? That it doesn't matter what you do with Batman? That it won't solve anything?
It's already solved plenty, Mr. Crane. Nigma, Dent, Wesker, Isley, Carlo, and several others are reformed, and that's just the start.
Oh sure, some of them would reform, but that doesn't really matter. You're from out of town. You don't know Gotham. You blame it all on Batman. But it's not his fault. It's Gotham. It's just the way this city is. It's diseased, sick, Hugo. All this. It was always gonna happen, sooner or later. Batman just happened to be the catalyst, but it could have been anyone, really. I mean, just look out there. Batwoman. You get rid of one pest, only to have it replaced by another. And have you seen the new rogues gallery out there? Clock King, Egghead, Film Freak, Zebra Man, King Tut. Was that your idea of a healthy Gotham? Gotham is beyond curing, Hugo. The disease is too deep. They're just gonna keep on popping up, no matter how many costume vigilantes you lock up. Yes, Hugo, I'm afraid to say, your worst fear has come true. You did it all for nothing.
If you think you're getting to me, you're wrong.
It was your wife, wasn't it? So you did it all for your wife. How romantic. Do you think your wife would have approved of what you've done? Do you think she would agree with you?
Stop talking about my wife!
You seem upset, Hugo. Why is that? Describe your anger.
I have not failed. It was not for nothing. This is just some sort of immediate reaction. It's only temporary. It will all end. Gotham will go back to being normal again.
Can't go back to being something that you never were in the first place.
Batman inspired all these people, you idiot! If you remove Batman, you remove the source. Batman is the root of the disease.
No, he's just a symptom.
No, he is the disease, and I have removed him. I have cured Gotham. I have not failed. It has not been for nothing.
Who are you trying to convince? Me or yourself?
I don't need to convince anyone.
Sure seems like it.
Shut up! You like to play doctor so much. You were never a doctor. You tortured your patients. A doctor helps people. He never causes harm. You're a fraud. A big joke. A disgusting perversion.
You know, Hugo, you can be so hurtful sometimes. Anyway, this session is over. See you next time.
I decide when the session is over. Now you listen, okay? I haven't failed at anything, do you hear? My plan has been a complete success. The city is being rehabilitated. It is getting better. It is getting healthier. It only takes time. It needs time to fully heal. Do you understand? Huh? Do you?
I think I'm going to have to add delusional disorder to my diagnosis.
I have not failed. It has not been for nothing. Do you hear? I have not failed. It has not been for nothing. I have not failed. It has not been for nothing.